Today we're talking about scams. I'm kidding. Alright, today we're going to be talking about the Real Game Awards, a show that happened and kind of went out with a whimper. Or a nothing burger pretty much. Alright, so I know I said I'd not talk about the anti-woke stuff, but this is like an exception because, you know, this is covering stuff related to people actually giving out money. And there's a chance that this could have all been a scam. Whether or not it is, we'll have to wait and see. I'm just saying allegedly, by the way. Allegedly, this could be a scam. But, like I said, we'll have to wait to see. Well, actually, I wouldn't say scam because technically he did deliver a product, but overall it was kind of just shit. And to be fair, asking $60 for it might have been different. What am I talking about? So, a guy named Stuttering Craig is was working on a sort of organization to basically create a game award show because he's mad about the Game Awards, which I can understand. The Game Awards, I will admit, has a lot of useless pander stuff. Not pandering to people, but trying to basically have a lot of advertisements for a lot of stuff. And to be fair, I like to make the hot topic argument that maybe the reason why they do a lot of sponsorships and shit is to actually, you know, fund the show itself. But you know what? That's a topic for another day. And look, well, I will admit, yeah, I get it. It's bad and stuff. I enjoy watching it. I get it. I don't want to sound like a fucking suck-up whatever. But it's fun to watch a show related to games. Because, I mean, to be fair, we don't have stuff like that. At least, all we have left is just the Summer Games Fest and the Game Awards. It's kind of all we have left. I mean, we got Nintendo working on something, but I haven't seen any news about it. Or we haven't really seen much about it yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But overall, that's kind of what we got for now. Rest in PC3. But anyways, this Game Awards, there are like a lot of red flags that came with it. The first one that really set people off was the price point. And I agree with everyone. Charging $30 just to have someone, just to share your vote is honestly not great. I also want to give a shout outs to Fringaplace and a Twitter post by Wash Your Crack, as I'm using them as like a sort of reference point for each one. Alright, but let's cover everything. So, yes, like I said before, $30 bad. I don't know why that they even should be charged. And while Fringa also managed to make found out something apparently it was going to be $60, but like Stuttering Craig changed it last minute. Or I guess I wouldn't say it changed it last minute, but it still changed it. But the idea that, okay, $60 just to actually, like, okay, put this in perspective. You have this new product. You have a new voting system that's coming out. And it's offering you to share your vote with the people for a price point. When other places have already offered the exact same thing, but for free. Sure, some of them may have issues. But either way, they're still offering the exact same thing for free. But there are others that are actually offering something that is the exact same thing for free. Except, why would you pay for something that costs something? The joke wasn't obvious enough. I'm trying to basically say that the Real Game Awards, at least to me, is the Concord of game award shows. But also $60, what the fuck? Anyways, but yeah, everybody kind of was all about why $30 and stuff. And the weird thing is when this is fucking dumb as fuck, I don't know why. When Stuttering Craig responded to people who actually criticized him about this whole price point thing, he just responds saying hey, take promo code HATER. So your idea to respond to these people is to give them a promo code where they can pay less. And that'll give you less funding. The reason why he was even offering this charge was to have people fund hosting a real life show. And to which I say, I don't know, say what you will, but I don't think it's trustworthy to do that, because that's going way ahead. That's like reaching my number 9 shit of tiers and stuff. And considering what he's delivered in the first Game Awards, I don't think it's best. I highly recommend you just do not actually spend your money on this, considering how poorly he delivered the award show. But yeah, there's also other tiers apparently. You can donate $5 or $15 to, you know, support the show. No, you don't vote. You just support the show. That's it. But then there's also the fucking $150 tier where you can apparently have lifetime pass, not lifetime pass, but like have a spot ready for you for when they do actually host the show. Okay. And then there's the fucking sponsor tier to where you basically spend $1,337 just to have your name on the screen as you are a sponsor. Because we can't get because Craig doesn't want to do actual sponsors, because that will go against being for the gamers, by the game. I mean, it's sticking to the tagline, but as the consumer, I'm basically paying. I'm giving you $1,000 and $300 just so I can have my name on the wall. I'm sorry, that's the equivalent of just writing your name on the wall, and that's it. And going back, repeating myself again, considering how bad the show was, I'm starting to think that the fucking people who backed it up are really disappointed by now, or not. Who knows? Because it could have been just a bunch of people in his circle jerk. But yeah. Anyways, going back to it, as for the show itself, the categories were being released over and over, and I'll be honest, the categories are shit as fuck. There are multiple problems with them, but it mostly stems down to most of them are just filler shit, cringe shit, and some of them just nominated games that are just fucking, that weren't in the same year. Like, I think an example was, Stalker 2, a RoboCop game that released in 2023, in a 2024 Game Awards. What the hell? And then for the patent, and then for the fluff stuff, you got Best Nintendo IP and Best PlayStation IP. Which, by the way, Best PlayStation IP, you wanna know who the winner was? Stellar Blade, a company that isn't owned by PlayStation. No, sorry, Shift Up, the company that made the game, isn't even owned by PlayStation, so that's not even an original IP, so you just gave an award for someone else. Because I'm pretty sure you let the people who are voting don't even know what the fuck, who the fuck owns Stellar Blade, or doesn't know that Stellar Blade isn't an original IP. Especially because that game's coming out on PC soon. If anything, I think it should have been done like this, where it should have been a player's choice sort of way, where basically you list out all the Nintendo IPs. Like, do your research first of all, then list out every single IP in the Nintendo, PlayStation, and Microsoft, and then just have like the votes, isolate, people week by week, similar to how Player's Choice was done at the Game Awards. Oh my god! By the way, I'm gonna be comparing this to the Game Awards and stuff, because fucking John himself, not John, not the asshole, Craig wants to fucking bend over the Game Awards and make his show the more superior one. I will admit, he made it more superior. He made it more superiorly stupid. Hey, wow, it's me talking with gameplay on the screen. I've clearly fell off. I didn't go further into this, and I know I'm going to start repeating points in this video about some stuff that happened, but I do want to go into this comparison thing about the Game Awards, because since Stuttering Craig does not want to stop talking about the Game Awards, saying that how shit they are, honestly, the comparisons are honestly much worse. The voting system for the Game Awards, of course, you all know, it's 10% that we have as a voting audience. The rest goes to the other sources. Somehow Stuttering Craig made that worse, of course, with the whole $30 thing, so yeah. And then you also have Stuttering Craig even saying that there aren't even going to be any, like, speeches from the game devs, in which he could have at least tried to make an effort to have the devs at least try and make a speech. And also, to say that we don't care about them is a fucking lie, in my opinion. I do believe a game dev should give a speech for obvious reasons. So, way to fucking somehow one-up the please wrap it up bit that the Game Awards did. I thought your goal was to try and be better than them. And then, I forgot what it was. The other part was, I guess, just the voting system itself, which how he managed to let his audience choose, or I guess not the audience, the people that pay $30 or $15 more to decide what the hell goes into the suggested categories and what the best stuff is. Because, like I've already mentioned, like, they've already made mistakes where they've let other IPs, like outdated games, be part of the 2024 announcement, and not to mention an IP that's not even a PlayStation IP win. Like, God, that's even worse than the fucking DLCs, the DLC being Game of the Year shit. Like, Craig, come on, this is not good or great. You have to do a better job of getting these nominees right. It's a bad example and really makes people afraid to, like, actually trust you with their money. But if you just want to ignore the criticism and just give me a promo code for Dan, I mean, I'll accept that, I guess. Because I assume that's just your answer to everything. Another thing that also went wrong was that apparently, because, you know, he couldn't find anybody to ask, oh, you want to put your game in this trailer, despite nobody knowing who the fuck he is, he then proceeded to just lift up trailers from from 4 different people, and then just post them there. Hey, I want to watch a trailer for a game that's already out? Well, here you go. Hopefully your $30 was worth it. The AVG one, as for AVGN, his game, the NES game, whatever that he's making, I'm sorry. I'm losing my voice right now. His game was announced there, but it was like a day before he posted the official trailer, so I still think it doesn't count. I should admit, they also, I think, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually like spent the budget to get James there, but I do think that he just showed up there to do a favor for a friend. So I honestly don't throw any flack to James Roll for doing his bit for the category for shittiest game of the year. If anything, it's like the only good thing about it, but like every single bad thing outweighs it. You have somehow managed to outweigh the angry video game nerd. How do you do that? Well, I'll explain it. As I've already explained everything before with like the awards and stuff. The people that present it, I guess the people that are presenting the award, like, I don't mean to give flack to you, and I'm doing my best to try and like separate who's who, but you can tell most of them were just people from the anti-woke community. To which, yeah, I get it. You guys don't like the other side, but if there's gonna be for gamers by gamers, remove your bias out of it. Okay? I think it doesn't matter who should be involved. If you're gonna host an award show, you should invite, you know, anybody who's a gamer and stuff, or known for being a gamer, regardless of what they stand on the political spectrum. Everybody, including the people you're inviting, should be there at the Game Awards to make a fun game award, have fun presenting the awards and stuff. The point of it should be to have fun and make a good award show, regardless of what political side you come from. Honestly. And I'm saying this as a person who doesn't do politics or whatever, because it's fucking pointless. Not to mention the people that are voting are most likely people who are dedicated to trying, I don't know, get back at the Game Awards, but let's be honest. According to the Watcher Crack post, this is allegedly, by the way, that, there were only 333 voters, people who paid for the voting stuff. The people who paid for the 150 on tier, it's still unknown right now. But as of right now, people are saying that, or the post does say that Craig managed to raise over 25k. So, yeah, I mean, it did have 11 backers for the 1337 tier, which I don't know why he picked that much. By the way, but as for what the budget for that was spent on, apparently it was spent on hiring an animator who is apparently known for some anti-Semitism stuff. But I'm not going to get into covering the other people that are behind this, or were hired, I guess. You can look it up yourself if you want to look at how bad the shit gets. Because, hang on, let me scroll down real quick. Yeah, no, there's like a lot of tweets being linked to everybody, like, who they are and, like, what they've done. Yeah, no, but as for the show itself, I don't know how, but he picked the worst way to present it, in my opinion. Brother decided, okay, we can't do a live event, so we're just gonna pre-do everything. So first off, he rented a venue for probably a Dave & Buster's or whatever, and pre-recorded, no, not pre-recorded, sorry, I was reading the thing, and pre-recorded all his lines inside of Dave & Buster's, which, I'm gonna check the budget for how much it costs to rent one. Well, I couldn't find much for, like, how much it costs to rent Dave & Buster's. The best I could get was, like, $100, but that's for, like, renting a child birthday party, so who knows. But either way, brother, I think it would have been better to just use a green screen and have, like, stock footage of, like, people just playing video games, or just an arcade, I guess. You didn't have to actually go to an arcade. Like, I get it, it's cool and stuff, but you gotta think small right now. Like, I'm gonna be nice here and say, like, if he really wanted, if I would have done it different, no, God, don't say it like that. I would have honestly offered some advice. Like, You don't have to go all out. Look for ways to, like, keep the budget in a reasonable portion so that you have enough to actually work towards getting an actual event. If you really, really care about doing this for the gamers. But, I'll be honest with you. No, he didn't. One, he invited everybody that has a bias towards the political side, let's be honest. And then I swear to God, every time he just kept bringing up Alyssa Mercante. Like, I swear to God, you bring that woman up more times in that show than fucking she does about Smash JT. Like, God, I get it. She's a terrible journalist and stuff. Well, to be fair, I think you can make an argument that all journalists are bad, but that's like a thing for another day, honestly. And not to mention, there's the best journalist and worst journalist, which I gotta pull up that shit. Brother got John F. Trent and Endymion as best games journalist. John F. Trent, the guy who right now is literally sticking to the fucking guns about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 being woke, when literally there's just an optional moment in the game out of the entire hours of the game just to be gay. And Endymion, who last I've checked from him, lied about GTA 6 being woke, cried like a little bitch over fucking losing his sponsorship with G Fuel, and then proceeded to try and make fun of a guy who had a sniper scope on backwards and got made fun of it for it. That last one doesn't really matter for anything. I just find that really funny. The other two are just VTubers. I honestly have no idea about them. I can't really say much about them, so And then the worst games journalist, yeah, you can tell there's obvious a bias there and shit. Look, we get it. You hate these people, but you don't gotta share that why you hate for them. It just feels like you're just, I don't know, it just feels like you're making the entire show just to make a giant middle finger at these fucking folks. And Geoff Keighley, which, to be honest, I find it funny that Geoff has not done anything or has not made a single response to this shit. If anything, the only thing he's responded to other game shows is literally this is a legend, by the way. Apparently, Asmongold, he's hosting his own game show and Game Awards show. I'm not sure how it's gonna work and stuff, but apparently also he did claim, like, when he was covering the Real Game Awards stuff, that apparently Geoff came or messaged him or whatever and asked, "Hey, would you like some help with setting up your award show?" Yeah, no. The dude's like a nice guy. He just takes a lot of sponsorships and really likes Sony a lot. But yeah, I don't know. He's really trying hard to, like, have fucking Geoff Keighley fucking talk about him or some dumb shit like that. And honestly, I find it funny that he hasn't. It really, really shows that he wants to try and fucking topple him over, especially with the animation thing that he posted. And that's mostly everything I have to say so far. The rest of the video was mostly just talking about the guy who got mad at the developer of Nightmare Kart, basically not wanting the award for, best racing game. Even though I do think, it's best to, like, ask for permission and stuff. But to be fair, that's like a legal gray zone, so who knows what's right or wrong. Who cares, honestly? And I do think the fucking other side of that argument acted like children, basically telling you, you're a developer, shut the fuck up and just accept your award. Like, wow, that's way to treat your developers like that, but alright. Yeah, that's what I gotta say. Do I think the Real Game Awards is a scam? No, not entirely. It did show off a show. It gave people something. But I gotta admit, it was mostly just terrible. A lot of things that came together for it. The amount of bias that there was. Not to mention the paid shit being $30, and originally it was gonna be $60. Like, Jesus Christ. And then fucking up the categories and even having some weird ass filler categories and some cringe categories. Overall, together, it just makes it feel like a much more, like, disastrous version of the fucking award show. And it's really funny to see these folks basically come together and try and defend this shit. When in reality, it's mostly just criticism, and I think people should take criticism to heart. Just saying. But, I don't know, it's real funny not really funny, just really sad to see these people just come together to, like, fucking bash the people that are criticizing it. And by bash, I just mean, like, block. But overall, I mean, what do I think? Dude, just give me the Game Awards any day. Honestly, like, sure, it's shit and all, and the promotion is bad and stuff. But I mean, like, I don't watch it by myself. I watch it with friends. That I don't know. I think the match of it is just hanging out with your friends to watch it and stuff. And even if it's bad or not, I mean, sure, you can just bad watch it and stuff. I don't know. I think it's better just sit back and heck, even be excited to even see some of the game reveals. Because let's be honest, the other half of the award show is always watching the new game reveals. Like, what was the point of just going to the real game awards? Oh, you get to see these games win awards and not hear speeches from the developers. I don't know. It just feels like you're just giving me a random trophy for no reason, and there's not even a trophy. What the fuck? Do I think they're gonna do another game award? Do I think they're gonna do another real game awards? I mean, they kind of have to. If they don't, the whole thing will just be a scam. So yeah, we'll see what Craig can come up with that 20K budget, if there really is a 20K budget. But overall, that's mostly everything I got to say about it. And again, links in the description for Fring Tara's coverage of the Real Game Awards. It's a full thing. It's much more better than where the hell this video was. And the link to the Twitter post by Washer Crack, where he gives like a full summary of the Real Game Awards. All that will be in the description. I'll see everyone later.